All right, ladies. Super stoked to be here with you guys. Hope you liked the little Drake there that I was playing for you. Gets me pumped up. Hopefully it gets you pumped up too. So let me see here. I'm just going to take a peek and see how many people are on the line with me right now. Okay, we have a few people here. I am going to pretty much get started right away. I'll probably give it like another minute. I'm not sure how long this is going to go. I do have a lot to talk about today. And then I also have Miss Jen and Amber on the line with us. They're going to be chiming in and hitting us with their expertise and also their stories. So super excited for that as well. All right, just making sure all my techie stuff is working. All right, say hello. All right, Jennifer's here, Holly, Vanessa. What's up, Vanessa? All right, cool. Say hi if you're here. I'll give you about another 30 seconds and we're gonna get started. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Hi. I always like to show my face a little bit before we get into the slides, just so you guys can see me. You know, I'm a real person. There are real people down there. Hopefully you can see them. Let's see. Let's see. Before we get into the slides. All right, cool. All right, can you guys see Jen and Amber? I'm not sure if you can or not. Let me know if you can see them. Just type that in the chat box. And then we are going to get started. Lakeisha's here. All right, Holly, you can see them. All right, cool. All right, well, let's do this then for the people that are already here. Cool, perfect. All righty, switching over to the slides here. All right, I'm actually going to stop showing Amber and Jen at the moment, just so you guys don't get distracted here by their gorgeous faces. All right, so let's go. I'm super pumped, ready to share with you guys really just some truth bombs. And as always, if you've ever been on any of my webinars, masterclasses, or anything like that, I just like to bring it for you guys, be completely real, completely honest about what it takes to be successful. And I really want you guys to walk away with a lot today. So if you have a pen and paper, please keep that handy. And also for those of you that did not yet get the bonus workbook that I created for you guys, I definitely highly recommend you fill that out as well. It just gives you some things to really think about when it comes to taking your business to the next level and really stepping up into being the entrepreneur and the businesswoman that you are meant to be. So, all right. So today, like I mentioned, we are talking about the 3 pillars to 6-figure success. And this is really something that we have been doing for probably about the last year. Jennifer, Amber, and I have been working with, you know, over a dozen women, really implementing these techniques and these strategies, and we're really bringing it in a bigger way this time around. And I really want to talk about this because I feel like this is something that not a lot of people talk about in the way that we're going to talk about it, in the way that we're going to present it, and in the way that we're going to be able to really help people. So I just want to recap who this is for to make sure that you are in the right spot. So this is for coaches, consultants, healers, web designers, copywriters, really anyone who runs an online business. If you are a service-based online entrepreneur, this is for you. The second part of this is that you are currently in motion and you are making money in your business. Not necessarily making millions yet, but you're making some money in your business. You have a little bit of momentum, and you are currently in motion. So this is not for you if you are just starting, if you just have an idea, if you don't have a website yet, if you're, really just thinking about starting your business. You can stay on the line if you want to. You'll still learn a hell of a lot. But this really is meant for the people who have been doing this, who really just can't seem to get where they want to be and really feel like they should be a lot farther than they currently are. All right, so during this masterclass, you will learn the 3 crucial pillars to 6-figure success and how they all tie in together to create massive growth and transformation. You will also discover the missing or misplaced pieces that are causing you to stay stuck or plateaued in your business despite doing all the right things. So this is something I see a lot. I see people that come to me that are having a little bit of success, but they just can't get past a certain point in their business, or they can't get past a certain income level, or they just get stuck and they don't know how to move forward, and they don't know how to create the massive success that they really want. Also, what we're going to talk about, which I already mentioned, is what most people aren't talking about and what no one else is teaching and coaching on, and how having all these things together is it's going to blow your mind. And also why just one business course, program, or coach, even if you piece it together, is not enough to ensure massive success in your business. So I just want to do a little side note here. I had talked about this before in a Facebook post or something where I said, when you go to college, or you go to get a degree, or you go to get your master's or something like that, you don't just go to one class and one teacher and then expect to get your degree or expect to, succeed and graduate. You have to go through a course of action, right? You have to have a specific strategy and curriculum you're going through, and then you also learn from multiple teachers in their areas of expertise. And it's the same way with business. There's so many moving parts. There's so many elements that have to fit together perfectly in order for you to really reach that success that you want and gain that momentum. All right, so here's a few things I just want you to start thinking about. Just keep this in the back of your mind as you're watching this presentation and as you're listening to Jen, Amber, and I speak. So I want you to think about why you want this. Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to succeed? Why do you want the certain income that you want? Why do you want the certain impact that you want? Why is it that you're really doing this? Next, I want you to think about why now. So is this even an urgent thing for you? Is this something that you're going to let kind of slide and hang around for the next 6 months or a year, or say that you're going to do it next month or next time or next round? Or is this something that you're ready to move forward with now? Are you ready to move forward with change and transformation now? And if so, why now? Next, I want you to think about, who are you doing this for? Obviously, you are the number one reason, right? We're doing this for ourselves, for whatever it's going to make us feel like, for whatever that success is going to do to us, how that's going to make us feel, how that's going to make us show up in the world. But I also want you to think about who else your success is going to impact. Is it going to impact your family? Is it going to impact your relationship? Are you doing this for your children? Do you want to leave a legacy for your children? Do you want to have a better relationship with your husband, or even your family or your parents? Or, are you doing this for a specific type of woman? Maybe you are wanting to make an impact on females, as a whole, or maybe single moms. So who are you doing this for? And then the next one is a trick question, but I really want you to think about it. I really want you to think about, how do we know that you won't quit? Okay? Not only how do you know that you won't quit, but how do we know that you won't quit? How does the rest of the world know that you won't quit? Quitting is very easy to do when you come against the roadblocks and things that kind of happen as you develop, more and more things in your business and as you go to the next level, and things just happen, and a lot of people quit. So how do we know that you won't quit? How do we know that you're at the top? How do we know that you are the one that's going to be successful? So think about those things. All right, so my promise to you today is for you to have a deep understanding of how these 3 pillars work together and what happens when even one of these things is a little bit out of place. And if you stay until the end, I have a very, very cool, exclusive VIP invitation for you. So does any of this sound like you? You're a passionate go-getter with a powerful message to share with the world. Raise your hand. That definitely describes me. You've invested thousands on courses and have yielded less than par results. So you may have had some success, a little bit of success, but like I mentioned before, you're just not hitting the ground as hard as you want to. You're not making that income that you want, and you're definitely not making the impact that you want because of that. You're working long hours in your business, and you know it should not be this hard. You're ready to take your business to the next level, but you are not sure the next steps to take to really ramp it up. Like I mentioned earlier, you're making some money in your business, but not nearly enough as you know you could and should be making. You feel isolated, overworked, and not fully supported. So if this sounds like you're in the right place, and I'm gonna really explain to you, well, Jen, Amber, and I, on how you can fix this. All right, so someone's saying the audio keeps cutting out. I would just refresh, Annette, and see if that helps you. All right, so back to the slides here. All right, do you feel like you're doing all of the right things, but it is still not quite the way that you imagined it would be? I remember when I was in that space. So the real problem here is that one or all of these 3 pillars that we're going to talk about today are out of place. And once you master these things, you will be recognized as a leader in your community and in your industry. Your income will finally match the effort that you've been putting in. You'll be able to create pretty much anything that you desire in your life and business. You'll have highly qualified, high-level, and high-paying clients flocking to you. And you'll be able to make it happen fast and make it last with a proven system that you can literally use over and over again in your business. So the one thing that you need to know is that these 3 pillars must be mastered in order for you to get a flood of qualified clients to invest in your products and services time and time again without having to hustle or chase them down. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what those things are and how to apply them today. And not just me, Jen and Amber are here as well, and they're going to speak on their respective topics so that you guys can get the full effect here. So who am I? I'm a 7-figure business coach. I have been dubbed the Queen of Visibility, and my specialty is helping coaches create an impactful business, become the go-to expert in their industry, and make consistent 5-figure months. But here's the truth. That's all just stuff. That's just things that are on my bio. For real, the real Jen is a mom first. I am a brilliant business owner. I am a giver. I love giving. I love, love, love just sharing as much as I can with my community. I'm a badass entrepreneur. It took me a long time to talk about myself like this, but I have the confidence now to be able to. I'm also an introvert, for those of you who are not so familiar with who I am. So anybody can do this, I'm telling you. And I'm an ambitious, self-made woman who just found herself less than 3 years ago. So put this in retrospect, guys. 3 years is not a lot of time. It's not a lot of time at all for you to like completely shift and change your entire life and business forever. It can happen that fast. It can happen faster, actually. We're going to show you how. So let's dive in. So discovering the 3 pillars. The 3 pillars that must be in place in order to get a flood of ideal clients wanting to work with you so that you can have the regular 5-figure months, all while actually enjoying the process and living the lifestyle you desire. So that last line is really crucial because especially for those of you who have had some success and are making money in your business and do have clients, it seems like a lot of hard work. You don't have a lot of free time. You're probably still stuck to your desk, stuck on the phone a lot, and you're starting not to enjoy the process as much. And you really don't have time to live the lifestyle that you really got into this for. So we're going to walk you through those things right now. So number one is to operate in total alignment. This is huge, huge. Alignment for me was one of the things that really skyrocketed my business in December of 2014. It's when I came into full alignment with who I was, with the people that I was supposed to be serving, and with what I was supposed to be doing. I was actually stepping into my purpose and living my purpose, and when that happened, I became unstoppable. So to operate in total alignment, you must have integrity, passion, and a desire as the heart of your service-based business. You must strive to be the best in every area of your expertise and have everything in your business reflect that. So this is not for you. This is not an alignment if you are doing this just because it seems fun and glamorous and you want to sip margaritas on the beach while, having your laptop lifestyle, but because you really want to change. You really have a strong desire to change people's lives and make transformations happen. Congruency here is key, and your clients are a direct reflection of you. I want to repeat that. Your clients are a direct reflection of you. So if you want to attract clients that are decisive, you need to be decisive. If you want to attract clients that are willing to pay a premium price to grow their business, be healthier, or get results, you need to do the same. So I'm going to unmute Amber in just a second. I'm going to give her a little intro, and then I'm going to have her hop on and talk a little bit more about alignment and how alignment plays into these three pillars and why it is so, so important for your business that you be in alignment with your purpose. So Amber used to be actually a local psychic medium who was charging only $150 an hour to see her clients face-to-face. She moved her business online, confidently raised her prices, and started selling packages instead of hourly. Amber booked over 20 strategy sessions with just one Facebook post and closed 4 out of 5 strategy sessions in her long-term higher price program. Now, Amber also, this is not in here, but Amber was able to leave her 6-figure corporate job I think just a few months ago, go into her business full-time. Amber has a wait list. Amber is loving life. She's amazing. I'm actually going to unmute you now so that you can kind of introduce yourself. Let's see. All right, let's see. Are you muted? Hold on, I think you're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Does that work?
Yep.
All right, hello everyone. So thanks, Jen, for such a great introduction. I wanted to point out, I think Jen got her dates off a little bit. So it has been 1.5 years since I was able to leave my corporate job, sister. So it's been a while. It was actually March of 2015 that I left. So yeah, very quickly after stepping into the online space under your coaching, under your leadership, I was able to walk away from that. So I've been hooked to your hip ever since, sister. So a couple of things that I really kind of want to talk to you about is that alignment piece. I went and looked up the definition on like dictionary.com or something like that about what alignment is, because we hear that word a lot, and I wanted to know what the actual dictionary definition was, and it was to walk in a straight line. And I was like, that's the biggest BS I've ever read in my entire life, because being in true alignment for yourself is really about walking your own line, finding the things that turn you on, that light you up, connecting in and finding your inner compass and trusting that what you feel is always leading you towards what you want and what you don't want in your life and in your business. So part of that comes with, when you actually get into action, that's what leads to passion, and your passion leads to that alignment. So it's really kind of pulling all of those pieces together, and when you blend that in with, the strategy and with the mindset, that's when you are able to start taking that aligned action on your inspired ideas that are coming in. You're able to stop spinning the wheels. You're able to, start getting results and start getting that traction and getting that rockstar momentum, which is what we want to have for you.
So I have a question. What if somebody is out of alignment or feels like they are out of alignment? Like, how quick can that shift be made? And is it something that is like external, or is it something that's internal?
Great questions. So the first thing is really being able to tune into your emotional guidance system, how you are feeling. That is going to be the quickest, fastest way to tell if you're in alignment or not. When you're not seeing the results that you want, when it feels like a struggle, when it feels like, gosh, this should be easier, why aren't the clients coming? Those are all really good indicators that something is off for you. And some great ways, just like some starter ways to, when I say like starting to walk your own line, starting to get back into alignment, would be to really connect in with your intuition. I love teaching my clients to even kind of track the decisions that they're making based off of following their intuition, and then going back and kind of like, wow, when I listened to myself, when I followed what felt right for me, it led to the XYZ as a result. We always we're trained from a very young age to want things the quick, the fast. You hear me say a lot, like, people want it quick and dirty. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but you also have to, like, again, I'm going to use that word momentum. You have to build momentum. You can't, I say this all the time, like, you can't go from A to Z without experiencing letters B through Y. So it can happen, it can start happening immediately that you're working from A to B to C, but not necessarily from A to Z. But alignment can start happening quickly as soon as you start taking the time to listen to yourself, follow what turns you on, what lights you up, start taking inspired action versus, versus just reacting.
Cool. So there was a couple things you said in there. You talked about inspired action. And you also talked about making decisions. Can you talk a little bit more about those two things and how they play into being a successful business owner?
Yeah, for sure. With inspired action, I call that, I call them like my divine downloads, and I guarantee you everybody listening and watching has had those moments. Like, you're in the shower, you're folding laundry, you're driving in your car, and you have one of those like, aha, like, oh my gosh, that's a really good idea. You get these inspired ideas, and they're coming into you for a reason. They're coming into you so that you can take action on them to get them into play and get them out, because that is a way for you to start getting into even more alignment with the things that you are desiring. So, and again, that can be applied to both your life and to your business. And when you start taking action on those ideas, those downloads, whatever label you want to put on them, we all kind of call them different things, that's when you'll really start to see magic coming together. Synchronicity is starting to line up for you. You'll start to attract those clients or get more traction. You'll start to really see that momentum take off. And what was does that answer your question, Jen, on that one?
The other question was about decisions. Did you?
Decision making. Yeah. So I come from a very different place when it comes to decisions. It has to feel. I have to feel everything. It has to be like, you hear Jen say it, you'll hear me say it. It has to be a hell yes on, like, especially the bigger decisions that I'm making. Especially going into a six-figure business mindset, you want to be making decisions that aren't just for the like right now, but long term, like really making decisions around your business that you can see as a six-figure business owner, not making decisions based off of your reality, but what you really ultimately in the end want. Is this a decision that a six-figure business owner would make or a seven-figure business owner would make? Or is this a decision that I'm making right now in the moment because that's what's easy, that's what's comfortable, that's what I know? So really kind of finding that way to make decisions that are for the big picture, not just the immediate moment. And doing that by, you can do that through following your intuition. If you're comfortable following that, tuning into that inner compass, definitely having that support team of other women that have been exactly where you are, having coaches and mentors that get where you are, can connect in with where you are, and help guide you towards, making decisions that are for that bigger picture. It seems like it's always easier for us to see for others what we necessarily can't see for ourselves. So for sure, having that positive support network that you can lean into in making those bigger long-term decisions.
Awesome. So I gave you an awesome intro, but I'd like for you to share with the people on the line a little bit more about your story, how you got into this. Was there ever a moment when, something was out of alignment for you? Was there, parts of your business where you were missing? I know we didn't go through all three pillars yet, but we will. Where you were missing either one of those three things, which are alignment, mindset, or strategy, and how that affected you as a business owner and how that affected your business as a whole.
Sure. Okay. So, how did I get into this? So it's, very similar to Jen. Like I haven't been in my business. I haven't been a full-time entrepreneur for all that long, just about a year and a half. And it was actually in the end of 2013 that I even realized that I had these gifts of psychic mediumship. So I had a business background for the last 15 years. I actually spent in the financial services industry. So here I live in Minneapolis in the Minnesota area, and I managed banks and credit unions. I did a lot of business development and sales training and coaching. Had a phenomenal career, actually really loved what I did up until this gift came on and instantly was not in alignment any longer because it was no longer something I was passionate about. I instantly became passionate about connecting in with individuals and bringing forward messages and ideas, ways for them to live a totally fulfilled, happy, and thriving life. And I had been really diving into my psychic mediumship gifts, and what happened was I had a business owner. She was a business owner, and she booked a regular reading with me, just a psychic medium reading, and I couldn't stop getting content and ideas and everything for her business, from business development to the right clients for her. And I instantly was obsessed. I fell in love with it. I couldn't do it enough. I couldn't get enough business owners in front of me to talk about ways for them to grow and strengthen, their businesses. And then it was all offline. And then once I got introduced to, some of the Facebook groups, the entrepreneur Facebook groups, and started posting, it just went like wildfire. It was amazing. It just, I started booking sessions, and sessions started turning into packages, and, so it went very quickly. I feel like when I look back, it feels like, wow, everything just flowed. But sometimes when you're in the middle of building that and going through that, it doesn't always feel like it's that easy. And I think the biggest thing that I want people to realize is that when you get into action, I didn't always know exactly the direction that I was going. I had a really good feel for what I wanted to do, for what I wanted to express, for what I wanted my business to look like, what kind of clients I wanted to work with. But I didn't know until I actually got into action and started coaching, started channeling, started bringing my gifts into play. And that's what got me into alignment. I really feel like a lot of entrepreneurs stop themselves and they think that everything has to be perfect and that they have to be walking that straight line and that they have to be totally like flawless in their messaging and their website and all of that before they start. And it's really once you start that everything else starts. Like then you can kind of start to be picky and choosy. You can say, you know what, I'm not comfortable. I don't want to work with those kinds of people anymore. Or man, that connection was fantastic. I want to really work with women like that. So once you start doing and being is when you start getting clear and when you really start feeling that total alignment in life and in business. So it wasn't always. It was really just when I started like taking action, and that got me into aligned action. Celia, got it?
That was beautiful. Awesome. All right, cool. Now I'm going to hop back on over to the slides to continue here. So I'm just going to do that. All right. All right, cool. So, guys, you heard it first. Action, alignment. Those are definitely very strong things that we need to have in our business. Alignment being one of the 3 pillars that we're talking about today. So the next pillar that I want to talk about is shifting your mindset and maximizing your success, or to maximize your success. Mindset is huge. Again, another one of those things in my business that took me from making, just a few $1,000s a month to making 5 figures a month, to making $50,000 a month, to making, having months that were over 6 figures. All of it was mindset, and it's so crucial. And a lot of people, like I mentioned before, a lot of people do talk about mindset, but they don't talk about it in a way that brings in all of these other elements. So shift your mindset. There are only 2 reasons why you're not where you want to be in your business yet. Either 1, you don't have the confidence in your area of expertise, or as a business owner, I know a lot of people maybe are really great at what they do. They're great coaches or healers or therapists, but the business side of it is a little wonky for them, or things just don't come as easy for them on that business side. Or you do have the confidence, which if you're here and you're making some money and you are having a little bit of motion in your business, I assume that you have a little bit of confidence, or probably a lot of confidence. But your mindset, especially your mindset around money and what you think you deserve, is not on par with your true desires. So I want to address the first problem. You have to have absolute confidence in your skills. If you are unsure of any of these things, potential clients will pick up on that. So it's similar, it goes back to a little bit what Amber was saying with the alignment. If you are not completely confident and sure in what you're doing, that's going to come across. Like, people are going to feel that, they're going to feel that energy, and it actually will push people away instead of magnetizing and bringing them to you. So even if you're just starting, or even if you feel like you just have a little bit of confidence, you're lacking in certain areas, pump up the confidence that you do have in the things that you do know, because you can always improve your skills through mentoring and additional education and training, which is what I did. So even though I came from a quote-unquote corporate world and I was doing a lot of offline stuff, coming online, it was a huge transition for me, but I knew that I was able to get the training that I needed. So if I wanted, to learn about funnels, or if I wanted to learn about mindset, or if I wanted to learn about sales, I just had to get that education and I had to get that training in order for me to improve and have more confidence in what I was doing. So next, it's really time to share or change your mindset around what you think you can charge. Huge one that I see happening here, especially with coaches. As coaches, we're givers. We want to give so much to our people and to our audience, and we don't charge enough. Like, that's just the bottom line. Most of us are not charging enough. I don't know how many conversations I have where, like, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is you need to raise your prices. And, you know, you really have to really change that mindset around what you're worth, around the value that you bring to your clients, and you will start to attract those perfect clients for you, and clients that are willing to pay you the higher prices. But if you're out of alignment and you don't have that mindset and you don't have the belief that people will actually pay you, it's never going to happen. So I want to bring Jen on in just a second. Jennifer Scott is a mindset coach who helps women to create a business and life they love by combining strategy and mindset and coaching for powerful and permanent results. She believes that you really can create and have it all, and our most important job is to go after our dreams and desires, since that is the only way we truly inspire ourselves, those around us, and contribute to impacting the world. I totally feel Jen on that. Jennifer also was able to quit her 6-figure corporate job by implementing the mindset strategy she teaches and to work on her business full-time and show others how to do the same. For those of you that have been following me, you know that mindset I contribute to probably a big percentage of what I do. I in the past have said 80%, but more recently I really think it's a bigger percentage of how I was able to really, I really feel like it's like in the 90s, like it's almost everything, having your mindset in order and having your mindset in place. And if this is out of whack even just a little bit, you're doomed. You know, you might have a little bit of success, but you're not gonna reach what you want to reach. And I'm gonna have Jen hop on and talk a little bit more about that and how that fits into what we're talking about.
Hey there, how's it going? Hi Jen, thanks for having me. This is awesome. Yeah, so basically what I want to say is I'm obviously a mindset coach, and I'm with Jen. I feel like it's let's say it's the foundation of everything. It definitely is. And a really easy way to know if you maybe have a mindset problem or issue is to just ask yourself, is what you see in your world, and specifically for this, let's go with your business, in your business, is it what you want to see? And that's a really important question. So if you see patterns of like always having lack, or getting a little bit ahead and then lack, and getting a little bit ahead and then lack, patterns that you don't want to see when you're really looking to have more of a steady growth over time, or steady uphill growth, those are the types of things that let you know that maybe something's off with your mindset. And also, the next thing to consider when you're looking at your mindset and what it is to do with your business is, do you truly believe that this can happen for you? And that one is huge. So when Jen was talking through the slides and she was talking about confidence, that really goes on to it on a different level. And we're getting really specific here. And as Jen spoke about, a lot of the people that are right for this webinar and listening in on this webinar are women who have created income in their business. They have had a taste of success. They get that this can work, but they're ready for more. And so the confidence, the layer of confidence isn't so much now, can I get in front of people? Can I talk to people? Yeah, a lot of people can do that when they're making 4-figure, 5-figure consistently. But the bigger question is, do you believe you can go to multiple regular 5 figures a month? Can you go to multiple 6 figures a year? Can you go to that 7-figure place? And that's where the mindset and confidence starts to really take off as you expand and grow your business.
I love that you brought that up, Jen, because I think that we may have had this conversation just last week about the belief part, and so a couple of things that I want to bring up, because maybe the people that are listening feel this way, and also I've felt this way before, is like, what do you do if like you're trying to make it work and you really want to have like this great mindset, but it's hard for you to picture something that maybe hasn't happened yet? So how can I step into being a 6-figure coach or a 7-figure coach if I'm not there yet? How do I have that belief when I don't really know that it's possible?
Awesome question. And the way to answer that or the way to figure that out is to go like one or two steps, not like 10, but like 1 or 2 steps below that bigger vision that you can't quite see yourself in, right? So if you're not at the place where you can vibe with multiple 6 figures, or you're not at the place where you're like can get to 7-figure businesses, right? But you can say, no, you know what? I'm making a consistent 4-figure, and my next level is a consistent 10-figure. So then you would want to step into that. You would want to step into the next level that's just 1 step ahead of you, 1 or 2 steps ahead of you, and the best way to do it I coach this no matter what stage of the game anybody's at, is through your ideal scene. Write a sentence of what you want. I'm at 4 figures now, so I want to go to 5 figures. And then write out to you, right? If you have the idea that you want to go to 10 figures or 5 figures a month, you want to expand in larger amounts, whatever the next level is for you, you have some idea what that's going to look like, right? So start to write it out. Start to write out what your ideal scene would look like, because that's what's going to show your mind, which in my world is more we call the subconscious mind, where we need to go. And what we're going to recognize as our way of getting there when we see it is based on us writing down our ideal scene and what it would look like as it starts to unfold.
I love what you say. I love your theory around like not going like all the way to multiple 6 figures if you can't wrap your head around that, or all the way to 7 figures if you can't wrap your head around that. It makes so much sense, and I think that sometimes we just get bombarded with stuff on the internet, on Facebook, and we're just like, oh, I remember last year, probably even 6 months ago, everything was 6 figures, 6 figures, 6 figures. Now everywhere I turn, everything's like 7 figures, 7 figures, 7 figures, right? So it's like, oh my gosh, like how do you get that? So I love that it's like, what is that next level for you? And that goes back to what Amber was saying, that alignment. Like your success is your success. It's not everybody else's. So just because somebody else is doing 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, or 7 figures, maybe for you, making $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month is like, that would make you, on cloud 9. Then go for that. One of my other mentors says all the time, you can't go from 0 to Oprah. Like you have to, just like Amber was saying, you can't go from A to Z. Like there's steps involved. There's pieces that you have to overcome and accomplish first before you can get to that next level.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be money. I mean, we're using money as an example a lot right now because we're in businesses and we're talking about that. But you know what? Why not? If you need a break from the money, or the money's getting you sidetracked, like the dollar amounts, you know what? Do a different goal. My goal is to work 20 hours a week. Do your ideal scene only working 20 hours a week. What would you do with the rest of your time? Who would you be? Who would you spend your time with? You don't have to just do your paved way to success based on dollars either.
Love that. Love that. And you're absolutely right. It is definitely a topic because we are talking about business, and a lot of times women do measure their success against money. But, like I was saying, like if you could, maybe you're right on the verge of leaving your job and you just have to like get to a certain amount in order to be able to leave that job and be comfortable and be home with your family and be home with your kids, and maybe you only need to make $7,000 a month to make that happen, and that's going to make you really freaking happy, then that is your story. That's your ideal scene, like Jen is talking about. So like hold on to that and really understand that like your success is your success, and that's what you need to be going for, not anybody else's.
Exactly. And then that's when everything becomes fun, and that's really what we're looking to have happen. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, Jen, you're super fun. So I want you now also to kind of tell us a little bit about your business story, you know, kind of the ebbs and flows that you went through, and, you know, how things changed for you when these three things actually came into alignment, and any time when maybe your mindset was off or your alignment was off or something just wasn't clicking, and so it couldn't elevate you to that next level.
Absolutely. For me, this topic, like this question, you having to talk to or me tell you what was missing is so clear for me. And what happened was I have always been successful at everything that I've done. And I'm not, you know, I wasn't a millionaire or anything, so I'm not judging my success based on money. But I mean, when I have 2 university degrees, managed to get those no problem. I've always been in high-paying jobs. I've always had great interviews. It's always come to me easily that way. And even my last job before I became a full-time entrepreneur was, I mean, it was like the Cadillac position, you know, expense account, high salary, cars, you know, the whole package. And it came to me easily. And I was always pretty good at it. Like I'd find my way. There was learning curves, and I'd find my way around. And, you know, it always worked out. So I knew that I wanted to teach people how to create success and whatever it is they wanted in their life, because there's a lot of areas that I managed to do that. And so I thought, okay, great, this is awesome. And I had some initial success like we all do, and, you know, realized that, no, I can do this full time and I can make this happen. And then I left my business, my job, and at first it did not come as easily to me as I had expected everything else job-wise in my life would. And so it made me go really deep to kind of figure out what it is that I needed to do. And even in that moment, that like period of time, did my mindset take a beating? Absolutely, because it seemed to me that everything that I believed to do with mindset, like what I had just talked about just now a couple minutes ago, I was doing that, I was following it, and something just was not working. I even feel that at times I was in good alignment and knew what my message was and who I was here to serve. And that is when I realized, not through business, I actually realized it by doing working on my health, is that I was missing the strategy piece in my business. Oh my gosh, that is where I was lost. And so as soon as I found that out, I went hardcore to like learn about the strategy. And because I was missing something, it definitely challenged my other areas, like making sure I was in alignment and even needing to up my mindset game even stronger. But once I got the pieces like, no, consistent action, being visible, you know, those big strategic moves as we grow our business around funnels and like sales funnels and just market position, that's when things really came together for me.
Awesome. Yeah, because Dan, you and I worked together in the very beginning. You know, I was as your coach, and yeah, it was, you know, you were getting everything, but it was like that one thing just wasn't hitting, right? It just wasn't happening, and it was because of that. So let me see. All right, so you guys, I'm going to hop back on over to the slides in just a bit, but if you have any comments, questions, ahas, realizations, does this sound familiar to you guys, I want you to put it in the comments so we can get a little conversation going here, and then I'm going to hop back on over to the presentation and finish up with the last pillar. Let's see, Mariana says, I'm just digging in a few, but these last words are totally where I'm standing right now in my business, missing the strategy, expanding piece for sure. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. So I want you guys to check in, you know, do you feel like you have everything in alignment? Do you feel like you have the right mindset? Do you feel like you have the right strategy? All right, so I'm not getting any comments, so I'm just going to go right on over to the slides. So that way we can make sure that I respect your guys' time, and we'll get moving. All right, so pillar number 3. is the right strategies for business growth. And the reason why I say the right strategies is because there are so many strategies, and there's so many that you can easily get lost, and you can totally go off path by doing the wrong things. And I see that this is another thing that happens a lot, is people just get completely off track because they're listening to the wrong people, or they implement the wrong things, or maybe they're even just trying to piece things together and it doesn't work. Nafisa says, overwhelm is the biggest mindset for sure. What would you recommend for that? Okay, so we'll hop back to that at the end, Nafisa. We'll just talk about overwhelm. And Mariana says, convinced and fighting over the moods of uncertainty, but yes, working hard on keeping my focus. I think that's what that says. All right, so the right strategies for business growth. You must leverage the right strategies for business growth. So if you find yourself with a feast or famine, either leads or sales, overworked, tired, it's a direct result of not building a solid marketing or sales system in your business. A lot of times we, like I mentioned, we're taking a bunch of different little programs, and we're downloading webinars, and we're taking advice from people on Facebook, and we're doing all these things, and then we try to like put it together like a little Frankenstein. Your business becomes a Frankenstein. I think we were talking about that this weekend too. I can't remember who said that, but it was just so spot on, right? So you've got to have a solid foundation and strategy to keep your business going, because we're not just talking about short term. We're not just talking about what happens right now or next month or with this current launch, or, you know, will you pay your mortgage this month? We're not talking about that. We're talking about creating a business that's actually going to leave a legacy, creating a business that's going to last more than a year, because most businesses fail. We all know that, especially most online businesses, especially women-owned businesses. So let's not make that happen. Let's try to up the numbers here so that you guys can all succeed. So does this make any sense at all? You spend thousands of dollars on course after course where you don't even get a chance to work with the actual expert. So you never really get what you need for your unique business. You're just trying to figure it out. You're trying to take something that's cookie cutter and make it apply to your business. People do this all the time, and it's a huge, huge mistake. And I really believe that courses and programs, they do have their place. But when you are really trying to take it to that next level, and you're trying to go from making 4 figures to 5 figures a month, to making multiple 6 figures, to making $1 million, if that's, you know, what you desire, you need to skip that, right? You need to skip all the courses and the programs and all that stuff, and you need to go right to the source. So actually, I'll just give you a quick example of something of how I did this. There was a program that actually you guys might hear me talking about this week, is called the 90-Day Year, and I thought the concepts in the program were pretty cool, but at that point I was like, you know what, like I don't want to buy another program. I know another program is just not for me. So what did I do? I went right to the source, and I pretty much said, I'll only take this program if I get to work with you directly. And so that's what I did, and that's how I was able to create such swift and fast momentum, was because I was going right to the source instead of trying to piece these things together. Vanessa says, Frankenstein, true story. Love the Frankenstein analogy. Exactly, guys. All right, so step 1 when it comes to the right business strategies is actually seeing the bigger picture. So like I said before, it's not just about what's going to happen right now, what's going to happen next month, what's going to happen, you know, in your launch in 60 days, but the bigger picture, right? The big, like, what are you doing this for? What's the legacy? What is your company about? What is your brand about? What are you about? So have you ever tried to put a puzzle together without the top of the box that it came in? You know, so you can see what you're actually trying to put together. You've probably been trying to collect all these little puzzle pieces for your business without the top of the box that gives you the big picture. So you're basically running around trying to collect all these bits and pieces without the overall big picture and how they go together and in what sequence. would be pretty hard for you to put that puzzle together without knowing the big picture. Just think of that analogy. I'm all about analogies today. All right, so lots of information without the big picture will just leave you feeling more frustrated, exhausted, trying to figure out how it all goes together. One of the common things that I see is, like I mentioned before, the Frankenstein. People trying to put things together. They'll look at someone else's business from the outside, and they just see what is being presented to us, and they try to model their business after that because they think, oh, this person did 3 webinars and then had a launch and it was 6 figures or 7 figures, or this person does Facebook ads and has this funnel and it works for them, so I'm going to do it. But the problem is you're not seeing their bigger picture. You're also not seeing the behind the scenes, and you're not actually seeing the moving parts of how everything in their business works together. You're just trying to, you know, develop your own strategy based on what you see on the outside. So to get results fast, your most valuable asset and experience, this massive success that we're talking about, is actually knowing the big picture, knowing the pieces that make it up, so, and also the sequence of how they actually go together, you know, because there is a sequence, there is a strategy to this. That's how you get your outcome. And this way, it all works for you instead of overwhelming you. So we're talking about overwhelm. Mariana brought up overwhelm again. What happens when the biggest overwhelm is being on the edge of running out of savings and almost no income? It's suffocating, and yet you're convinced that this is good and will work at some point, and you want to keep trying. We'll talk about that at the end. And I feel you, Mariana, because I was in that same spot, and I'm sure a lot of the women on the line are in that same spot, and Jennifer and Amber were also in that same spot. So we'll talk about that at the end, okay? All right, so step 2 with the big picture strategy is to work only with the right pieces. This was something that I did in my business that was huge. Identifying only the activities within each piece that works to get you the quickest results. So similar to what Jen and I were talking about with, you know, having your success be your success. Your unique business is your unique business. There's certain things that you're really good at. There's certain things that somebody else is really good at. There's certain things that you suck at. There's certain things that drain you. So you really have to identify which of those things you're going to go full force with in your business and with things you're just going to completely not do. And once you've identified that, once you've identified only the right pieces that need to be implemented and tie them into step 3, which I'm going to talk about in a second, your results can be surprising and even miraculous. So I'll give you a quick example here. My coach, who I just talked about a second ago, told me to stop doing one-on-one coaching because he knew that it was not in my zone of genius. And it was something that I was wanting to do. I was wanting to let go of it. And I kind of made it a later thing. You know, I was going to phase it out by the end of 2016. And he really was just explaining to me that because my zone of genius is content creation, writing, you know, putting things together, strategy, that is where I should place all of my energy. And it's not that I'm not good at one-on-one coaching, but it is draining for me because I'm an introvert. So by doing that, and at first I was really, really scared. At first I was very nervous to let go of this one thing in my business because I thought that that was the key to my success. I thought that doing one-on-one coaching was what's going to make me a millionaire. I thought that doing one-on-one coaching was the only way for me to be successful. So within a few months of me recognizing that and us working together on that, I was able to let go of the one-on-one long-term work. And I actually doubled my income. So in the first half of this year, I made what I made entirely last year. And that's a lot. And I let go of one of my main sources of income, but I started focusing on the right things for me, for my unique business. So step 3 is to implement the right sequence. So once you have the big picture, the right pieces, the right guidance and feedback, you can make this system work for you and start making huge shifts in your business, just like I was talking about. So even if you're doing some or all of the pieces, if you're not doing them in the right order, in the right sequence, you're only going to get more flustered and not get the results you want. All right, so what if you could eliminate the trial and error? What if you could eliminate the struggle in your business and create a multiple 6-figure empire over the next year? Or maybe it's just 6 figures, or maybe it's 7. What would that be worth to you? You don't have to actually answer that right now, but I want you to think about it. What would it be worth for you to let go of the struggle, let go of the guessing, let go of the overwhelm, and create the life and business that you want? And what if you had the steps that we just talked about, steps 1 through 3, actually done for you and done with you, combined with the alignment that Amber and I were talking about and the right mindset, ensuring that you get results fast? What would that be worth? What would it be worth for you to have someone fast track you towards the business success that you desire, whatever that looks like for you? So I want you to think about a few things right now. I want you to think about how many non-ideal clients or non-ideal situations you've said yes to simply because you needed the money or because you weren't clear on your own boundaries. I also want you to think about how your well-being has been affected because of all the time and energy you've put into your business. And the results you got were just okay. They were okay, but not in relevance to what you feel like you've put in. How many times have you wondered, when will it be my time? You know, maybe you see somebody on, you know, the internet and you're just like, damn, how did I make that happen? How did that, you know, it just happened so fast for them. And you're just like, I know I am worthy of this. I know I'm smart. I know I'm successful. I know I'm ambitious. When the hell is it my time? I know we've all felt like that at some point. So I really want you to imagine, or begin to imagine, a life that truly inspires you, a business that you really, really love, because for an intimate group of 15 women, I'm going to personally see that this turns into a reality for them. Vanessa says, oh my God, I have two non-ideal clients right now I'd like to fire. I have none and an MRI result on the way because of an ear buzz due to stress, more likely, but I keep going. Exactly, Mariana. We don't realize sometimes how much our health and our well-being is affected by doing things in our business that don't work for us. So I want to do a quick recap. At this point, we know that we must be operating in total alignment. You must master your mindset, and you must be implementing the right business strategies for massive, massive growth. Now, I want to just touch on one more piece here. I talk about this all the time, so just not be me if I didn't also include it in this webinar here. Invest in mentoring. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this when we get to the end, since Mariana brought this up. But investing in mentoring is huge for your business. It's really going to help that B to Y area that Amber was talking about happen really, really, really fast. Everyone should have a mentor. Mentoring brings two things. It brings new ideas and it brings accountability. So there are new ideas in your head right now that would not have been there if you didn't make time for this webinar or this masterclass. And a good mentor will give you great ideas and make sure that you act on them. Acting on them is crucial. We can have tons and tons of ideas, but if we actually don't do anything about them, they're useless. And a great mentor will also put together a powerful group of people all working towards similar goals, because this increases your chances for success. So in the Momentum Mastermind, we have women that are playing at a higher level. These women are change makers. They're transformational leaders. They are they're kick-ass, basically. I'm just going to say that. They're awesome, awesome women that are already stepping into this mastermind. And having the support of women like that, having the support of people who are working towards the same common goal is priceless. So today, I promised to explain the 3 crucial pillars to 6-figure success and how they all tie in to create massive growth and transformation. Those pillars are mindset, alignment, strategy. You must have all 3. You must master all 3. And also, the missing or misplaced pieces that are causing you to get stuck. So I want you to really be honest with yourself as you're listening to this webinar, as you're listening to Jen, Amber, and I speak. What is out of alignment for you? What is it that is not allowing you to be where you want to be right now? Because if all of these things were working together and they were working together in harmony, you'd be where you want to be. So what is it? Is it the mindset? Is it the alignment? Is it the strategy? Is it all 3? It could definitely be all 3 for sure. I also promised to reveal what most people aren't talking about and what no one else is teaching and coaching on. And what that is how all of these things work together, and that if you just have one of them, you're not going to be successful the way that you want to be successful. And there are mindset coaches, and there are strategy coaches, and there are alignment coaches, but you'd have to hire all 3, right? At least, at the very least. So what we're doing is actually putting this all together, and we'll give you guys a little drop hint on what we have been talking about here. And what that is the triple threat. And the triple threat being having that mindset, alignment, and strategy knocked out of the park. You will become unstoppable, period. Because no just one business course, just one program, or one coach, even if you try to Frankenstein and put them together, is not enough to ensure massive success in your business. So here's what you need to win. You need to operate with total integrity. I talked about this a little bit when I talked about being in congruence with your clients being a complete reflection of you. You need to master your mindset. This is crucial. This is the foundation. This is 90% or maybe even more of what I contribute to my success. You need to be in total alignment with your purpose. You need to have a proven strategy for business growth, and you need to invest in mentoring. So these 5 things alone are enough to propel you to 5-figure months. So if you take this, everything that Jen, Amber, and I have been talking about today, and you apply it, you will immediately see growth. You'll immediately start to see little changes and little shifts. So you have a choice. You have a choice now. You can go off and try to do it on your own, which a lot of people will. A lot of people are at that spot where they feel like, I've got the information, I got what I needed, I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it. If that's you, go ahead. Or you can get our help. So Amber, Jennifer, and I have set aside some time to chat with you about how you can apply these 3 pillars to your unique business and make that vision a reality. It's totally free, but it is not for everyone. I want to make this super, 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 super clear. This is not for everyone. Who this is for is someone who has a passion-based business. This means that you're not in this because entrepreneurship looks fun and glamorous, but because you're really passionate about what you're creating and the impact that you want to make. You must have a service-based business online, and you must be in motion and making some money in your business. This is not for people who have just started or just have an idea or in that starter and beginning stage. This is, what I keep saying is that you have to be in motion to create momentum. Momentum doesn't start from stop. Okay, if you look in the dictionary like Amber likes to do, you'll see that in order to create momentum, you've got to be in motion even a little bit. You must be a leader. a go-getter, and willing to do whatever it takes to make this happen, even if it means stretching yourself and getting uncomfortable at times. You know, if you ask either three of us, me, Amber, or Jen, or if you ask anybody that's successful, anybody that you look up to, any of your mentors, any six-figure business owners, seven-figure business owners, they got uncomfortable. You know, they did not operate from a feeling and a place that is comfortable and that felt good and that was easy, right? One of the things that my mentor actually says to me is, you know, there's two types of decisions people can make. They can make weak decisions, or they can make powerful decisions. Weak decisions are easy decisions to make. It's just like, what pants am I going to put on today? Am I going to go through the drive-thru at Starbucks and get, you know, am I going to get a tall or am I going to get a grande? That's a weak decision. You don't really have to think about it. So if you're constantly operating and running your business on weak decisions, you're not going to get big results. A powerful decision will yield powerful results. That is something that I know personally firsthand. Jen and Amber also touched on that today. So for those of you who are seriously interested, and like I mentioned before, this is not for everyone, okay? If you're seriously interested and ready to step into the mastermind, into the Momentum Mastermind, and make a powerful decision and make an investment in yourself, I invite you to an intimate discussion with Jennifer, Amber, and I. So this is not any commitment here. This is just if you're really feeling called and you're really resonating with what's going on today and what we talked about, we invite you to have a conversation with all three of us. It's going to be an intimate conversation. It's going to be done on Zoom. Like I said, just applying does not mean that you're committing to anything. I just want to make that clear. But if this is something that's really resonating and you want to have that discussion and you want to talk about it more, we want you to meet us in the Zoom room that we're calling it, and that's going to be on Wednesday. And we want you to really think about anything that has come up today. We want you to think about any concerns, any problems, any fears, any objections, any reasons why you think this isn't going to work for you. We want you to bring that. We want you to come loaded with questions, okay? We're ready to answer them. We're ready to be honest, raw, real with you guys, and help you make a decision that's going to move you forward, or maybe it's not for you. Maybe we decide that it's not for you at all. So in order to get this Zoom room, I'll talk about it in a second, but like I said, this is not for everyone. So I want to just talk about why we're doing this. On the call, we want to help you get total clarity about exactly what you want your business to look like and the exact steps that you should be taking to achieve those goals. If you decide that you want us to help you, and if we think that it's a good fit, then I may invite you to take one of the few spaces left in the Momentum Mastermind. If we work together, you'll be fully supported and guided through all three pillars of your business growth: mindset, strategy, and alignment. You will get step-by-step strategies, one-on-one support, like I mentioned earlier, and live interaction to create the business and life you desire. Because let's just be honest, the business is just the tool. The business is the thing that's going to get us to those feelings that we actually want, to living that lifestyle that we really desire. And if we work together, I also expect you to at least double your revenue over the next 10 months. So if you are thinking about this, if you're feeling called, the way to get the invitation to the Zoom room with me, Jen, and Amber is to apply below. So right below the chat box, there is a link there for you to apply. You must apply in order to get the invite, because we want to make sure that the right people are in there. We want to make sure that people aren't just popping in to kind of see what it's about and, you know, all of that good stuff. Like, we really want to help you work through making a decision that's going to propel your business forward. Answer any questions that you have, any objections, anything like that. So, like I said, the link is right below the chat here, and I do want to just briefly go over what is involved and what's entailed in the mastermind. You can also go to the sales page if you just want to look at it and see it. So I'm just going to give you the rundown really quickly. And then I do want to answer a couple questions for anybody that has questions pertaining to either the program or pertaining to anything we specifically talked about today. So what you get in the mastermind is you get one-on-one sessions every single month from 3 coaches on mindset, alignment, strategy. You don't just get one-on-one session. You don't just get one coach. You get one-on-one sessions, hands-on sessions with all 3 of us every single month. In addition to that, you get bi-weekly group calls, and they're actually hot seat calls, so they're not training calls. They are strictly there to support you in addition to your one-on-one calls. And those are group calls. The group is very small, so you will get the opportunity to be supported. You will get the opportunity to get your questions answered. So that is the hot seat calls. You also get 2 live events. One of them is all-inclusive. The events will take place in August and in March. You get unlimited access to all 3 of us through the private Facebook group, which, like I mentioned already, is a very small Facebook group. This is only a few people. And this is not going to be one of those things where there is, 100 people in the group or even 50 or even 20. Like it's a very small. So you will get everything that you need. You also get unlimited access to me through email. You get unlimited review of any and all of your marketing and promotional materials. One of the things that I don't have on the sales page that I've just confirmed are millionaire mentors. These are people that are killing it in their business, to be frank. They're not making 6 figures. They're making 7 figures, 8 figures, and beyond. Some of the millionaire mentors that are already confirmed are John Lee Dumas, Russ Ruffino, Todd Herman, who I mentioned earlier, Ryan Lee, who has a membership site that brings in 6 figures every single month, Regan Hillier, who is all about success mindset, and there's going to be more to be announced. And finally, you also get access to my entire product suite. So any products that I come out with, any products that I have, you will get access to those. Vanessa says, what's a hot seat? You make sure we're doing, we're going to make sure you're doing your homework, Vanessa. Trust that, girl. You're not going to get away with anything in here. So I do want to point out, like this, if you're looking for the magic pill, if you're looking for the easy thing, if you're looking for the quick fix, this is not it. This is not it, okay? This is doing the work, doing the deep work to actually create something of value and create something that's going to leave a legacy and create a business that is just huge. This is about changing lives. This is about making an impact on the world. So if you're looking for that, this is definitely not it. Mariana says, I'm loving this. In motion equals momentum. Exactly. Vanessa, I love your question. All right, so what I want to do is if you guys have any questions, pop them in the box. We'll answer a few here that are just related to kind of, the logistics and those kinds of things. If you need any clarification on, mindset, alignment, or strategy, we'll answer those. But if you really want to get deep, then apply, and you can meet us in the Zoom room on Wednesday. So also, I just want to note, too, that, like I said, it's a very small group. Half the spots are already full. So we only have a few spots left to fill. So if this is something that sounds amazing to you, if this is something that you are really excited about, if you're feeling called, if you're feeling like this is exactly what you need, make sure that you apply. All right, so I'm going to pop Jen and Amber back on, if I can. There's Jen. There's Amber. Okay, if you guys can unmute yourselves.
I think I'm unmuted.
Okay, cool. Amber's still muted. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so let me put my face on the screen as well so you guys can see me. Probably look like a hot mess. I'm sweating, actually. No, my office my office room doesn't have a vent. So when the door is closed, like in the winter it's freezing, in the summer it's hot. So let's see. All right, so it stops. Yay, there I am. All right, cool. All right, so Lisa says what time on Wednesday? I believe it's the same time. Let me just double check. And then someone did have a question while we're waiting for other questions, if either of you two want to answer. Someone did have a question about overwhelm and how to overcome that, if either of you two want to chime in on that.
Yeah, one thing that I would definitely say about overwhelm is you need to go back to what it is your or your overarching like biggest goal or outcome is, right? So actually I just did a Facebook Live on ditch the to-do list and start with your outcomes first. So what are you trying to achieve right now, right? So rather than a bunch of busy work, what is your outcome? Is it to like increase your monthly income? Is it to get more clarity calls? Is it to increase your visibility? And then whatever your bigger outcome is, start to prioritize the things that you need to do in alignment with that, and everything else can just take a back seat until you get some momentum in the area that you really want to sort of build that momentum in.
I love that. I have to agree. It is definitely one of the things that allowed me to create, you know, big income while doing less this year, is by focusing. Focus, I think, is a real message here when it comes to overwhelm. There are so many moving parts of your business, but like, what's the immediate goal? What's the thing you want to accomplish right now? Focus on that. Once that's done, then you can move over to the next thing.
So one thing that I'll share just from my with to-do lists, because there are some of us who like our paper, like our to-do list, like to list all of those things out. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as when you can take your big master, like this is my master to-do list for this week, and I'm not doing that I'm not looking at this and like trying to take this on every single day. But what I do is right here next to it is my post-it note to-do list. So I like to break it down into bite-sized pieces that I can accomplish on a day-to-day basis. Because when you start accomplishing stuff, you get to put those check marks next to those items that are on there. It's going to start building your confidence. And with that confidence is going to come clarity. And clarity equals alignment. You're going to start feeling good. And when you're feeling good, that's when you're in vibrational place and space to start attracting, to start creating, to be in that like high vibe momentum. So, you know, and that's what's great about having three of us, is that you get to pick and choose from all of us the things that really resonate with you, the ones that are really going to match your style, or, you know, the ones that are going to push you outside of your comfort zone and encourage you to try something a little bit different, to do something a little bit, you know, out of routine for you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I like the idea of the master and the post-it note. I actually don't do that. Maybe I'll start. I already stole the note, what do you call it, the journal from you. No. I'm gonna bite off more. All right, so I have a couple like logistical questions here I want to answer, and then if anybody has any other questions, keep them coming. Let's see. Mariana, I think, asked something about. Sorry, my chat got cut off. Oops. Mariana says the application is the same as the already scheduled call. Yes, Mariana, you already filled out your application, but the Zoom call is something different than the call you have scheduled with me. So you can totally do both. Vanessa, you already chatted with me. You don't need it, no. If you want to join us, just hit me up and I'll give you the link. Let's see. When will we be in live calls with the Millionaire Mentors? Yes. So yes, Annette, I wanted it to be that way. What I wanted to do with the Millionaire Mentors was really create like a pick your brain, even though I hate that, pick your brain style call with these people. Like, you're actually going to be able to be on the phone with people who are, killing it in business, who have created massive, massive success, and pick their brains and find out what works for them, and how their brains tick, and what they've been able to do to really have that happen for themselves. Let's see. And Vanessa says, Amber, you're a ray of sunshine. I need to wake up to that voice. She's awesome. Okay.
Thanks, Vanessa.
All right. So I have two more. One quick logistical question, and then a question, I think, for all of us. So Nafisa says, how much one-on-one access do we have with each coach? So you get, like I mentioned, every single month. The program is 10 months. I think I totally just blew over that detail. The program is 10 months. You get one-on-one access to each one of us every single month. So every single month you get 3 one-on-one coaching sessions, one with Amber, one with Jen, and one with me. And then, like I said, unlimited access to us, throughout, like in between your sessions. You're going to be able to contact us and reach us through the Facebook groups. You can reach me through email. All right, so Mariana says, do you ladies have a strongly scheduled daily routine, even for little things, wake up time, exercise, go to bedtime? She's curious. Who wants to take that one?
I would say that even after we spent some time in our last mindset, is how I would answer that is everyone has some sort of daily practice, but not everybody follows it the exact same. So I don't, like, morning is the best for me. So yes, I do. I get up, I do my journaling, I do my affirmations, I do, my biggest practice is visualizing what I want. That's my biggest practice. And I do that every single day. But the other thing that I have a daily practice for is when I dip throughout the day, or, if there's more challenging months or whatever, is I have a go-to, which I call like a tool bag. I have a go-to where I listen to stuff or I do things that get me feeling better and in alignment. So those 2 things are my daily practice. That happens in the morning. But the one to make me feel better, that can come at any time throughout the day.
Love that. So go ahead, Amber.
I pretty much have the same routine Monday through Friday. I have, for those of you who know me, I have 4 kids, 2 of which are younger. So during the school year, my son goes to school, my youngest goes to daycare. I get up, I get dressed, I do my hair. You guys know, like, I do my hair every day, I do my makeup every day, and I actually chose to invest in an office outside of my house. So I actually come to my office, and I'm usually here between 9 and 9:30 every single morning, Monday through Friday. And I have what I call coffee with the universe every single day. Usually before I start seeing clients, I usually get kind of grounded and set in that morning practice, where sometimes it's affirmation, sometimes it's just really like a Q&A session with the universe. Where do I need to be focusing my time? What do I need to be doing, today, best for me, best for my business? So it's the thing with daily routines, and what really irks me is when, like, I love the guy, I don't know, whatever he wrote, like the Morning Miracle or Miracle Mornings, you get great. But let me tell you, my day is not going to be a miracle if I start off at like 5 a.m. Like, that is not going to work for me. That doesn't do it. Like, you have to find the rhythm and the routine and the activities that you want to have in your routine. So when you get those ideas, like having exercise or yoga or journaling or reading, like, you have to blend them into your day, but it has to be at the time of day that is best for you. Some people are highly creative, like Jen was saying, like, she's a morning person. I know a lot of entrepreneurs that, man, they, like, especially like creatives, they start kicking in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening. There is nothing wrong with that. Don't try to reprogram all of that to make the routine. Make the routine fit with your soul. That's when, like, really, like, it's going to be aligned. You're going to be excited to do it versus, like, pissed off that your alarm is going up at 6 a.m. and you got to go meditate now. Screw that. Find a time that works best for you.
Love it. And this is just what we were talking about before, especially like with the success. Like, it's it's not cookie cutter. It's for you, what works for you. And that's how you become successful in life and business and everything is by doing what's in alignment and what feels good for you. One of the things I talk about, and it sounds so corny, so I don't like publicly say it, but I do operate on like this feel good philosophy. And it's got to feel good, right? No matter what, whether it's a business strategy, a marketing strategy, whether it's your daily practice, whether it's exercising or whatever, like it's got to feel good. If it doesn't feel good, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to commit to it. You're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to like it. So it's got to feel good. I do have my own daily practice as well, and I think, I'm not really going to get into it now, but I do just want to point out that we all do. So It's a huge part. Whether it's in the morning, whether it's at night, there's something that we have as like our little ritual that makes us feel good, that puts us in a high vibe, that makes us, elevate to that person that we want to be, and we all do it. And every successful person I've ever spoken to does do it. So if you don't, I would definitely search and try to figure out what that's going to be for you. All right, I have a couple little comments here. They love the coffee with the universe. Tiandra says, that's your to-do list, Amber. Mine is 3 times that. But I know that's part of the problem. Exactly. Tiandra says,
that's for the whole week. Like there's 3, 6, 9 things on there.
Good. Tiandra says, nervous but excited. Let's see. Sorry, I was reading a comment. Go ahead, Jen.
You want to make sure you're getting results too, right? So yes, I like I said when I first spoke, everybody that is really at a successful level and operating at a successful level has some sort of daily practice. What that looks like is up to them. But you also want to make sure you're getting results. And here's the thing: is often what happens is we don't give ourselves enough patience to let the result, like give ourselves a long enough time to see the results happen, as we stop ourselves too quickly. So that's the other thing too, is when you hear a great idea or you think I want to try that, I mean, there's like this 30, 60, 90 day rule, right? 30 days, do it and then don't even pay attention if you have results. 60 days, keep going. 90 days, then you start to look at if the results are happening or not.
Absolutely. And that goes for business, life, exercise, health, everything, right?
Everything. Yeah, everything.
All right. So Amber says, or sorry, not Amber, Annette. Had to refresh audio, missed the answer to my question. Could you please type the answer in the chat box? Are the calls with Millionaire Masters live Q&A style? Yes, you'll be live on the call with them. It is more of like a pick your brain Q&A style call. So it's rare because I don't think any of the people that are going to be the Millionaire Mentors even do one-on-one or any kind of sessions like that at all. So it's going to be a really rare opportunity for you to talk to people who are truly successful. All right. Any other questions, guys? Mariana says, so true. Love it and thank you. All right. So Jen or Amber, do you have any last words? Anything you guys want to say? Actually, before I allow you to do that, I'm going to say something really quick. I used to not have a lot of confidence, but when I know that something's amazing, I have incredible confidence around it. It's what we talked about earlier. And like I said, this program is not, you're not going to find anything like this. There is nothing like this that exists right now. There might be in 6 months or a year once people get wind and they realize what we're doing here. There's lots of programs and things that you can take where you have guest experts and you have people, contributing classes and things like that. But this level of one-on-one support that you're getting from all angles and all areas of your business, there's nothing like it. And it is a, powerful move and step into your business. And I also just want to note that the investment reflects that. This could be worth, or it is worth a lot more than what I'm charging. But I do want you guys to note that as well. It's another reason why, the ideal candidates for this are in motion, right? Because you have the ability to invest in yourself or find the funds or make that a priority to make it happen, be really resourceful. So I just wanted to note that really quickly. For those of you that are going to join us in the Zoom room, hopefully a lot of you that have stayed on the call. There's about 15 of you that stayed for the whole call. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So just any last things you want to say to everyone?
Yeah, I just want to add, for those of you that are going to continue this conversation with us in the Zoom, in the Zoom room, really come loaded with some questions, I mean, really come prepared, to listen, but also to really, I want you to find some clarity. I want you to find guidance from what we have to offer in our Zoom session. So.
Yeah, and the thing that I'd like to add is that pull inside of you to create your successful business, to make this happen for yourself, that pull to, what Jen said, like your biggest why, that is a voice to listen to. Like there's nothing bigger than that, and following that deeper drive and purpose. And it is hard. It's really hard when you're not sure on your next step. So follow that voice, and if it's calling to you right now to be a part of this Zoom room, and like Amber said, come with questions, get clarity, get guidance, like follow it, because that's the voice to listen to.
Cool. I just want to make another quick note, and like anybody who's been following me, you know that I'm completely raw, completely transparent about everything, and a lot of people keep asking me what the investment is. And I'm going to, and typically on my sales pages and things like that, I do have the investment, but I want to be very clear as to why you don't know what the investment is right now. You just know that it's, a pretty significant investment of your time, energy, money, and, you essentially. And the reason is that I find that people who aren't the right fit, or people who aren't where they need to be to take that next step, make decisions based on the money. They make decisions based on the investment instead of making the decision based on whether it's the right thing for them or not. So we will discuss investment for those of you who are ready to move forward, and those of you who are a good fit, and those of you who we do invite to be a part. Obviously, we're going to talk about the investment, but that's why it's not on the sales page. That's why I haven't discussed it yet, because I only want to discuss that with people who are a good fit for the program. Oh, here's a good question. Tiandra says, how many hours a week would you say we need to devote to the program? So I feel like is a hard question to answer. Maybe you guys can give her some insight, but essentially, like, this is your thing. Like, this is your baby. The program itself is not curriculum based, so it's not, month one we're doing this, month two we're doing that. It really is unique to you and your business. It's custom to you. It's tailored to you. We look at where you are now, where you want to go, and we strategize how we're actually going to make that happen for you. So the amount of time, I don't think it's something that I can even answer, except that this is your livelihood. Like, this has got to be your thing. This is your main thing. So actually, like, the hours, I don't know if that's even a question. What do you guys think?
When I got more into alignment with my message, my hours actually went down. So that's one pillar, like the alignment pillar. So it would have to also know what that question's based on. Like, is your business your full-time job right now? But all I can say is, the more alignment you're in, the more it feels less like work, and yeah, lots of space there. That would be what I would say.
Anything, Amber, on that?
I think the first thing that comes up is there another job? Is there, that's definitely one thing that is going to hinder, like, how much, I don't know if hinders the rest, but how much you can actually spend in your business. Not only just working on your business, but also the coaching that you're going to get from all three of us, like being able to implement that and integrate that into, like, your daily practice. So, like Jen Scalia was saying, absolutely, it's going to be tailored, it's going to be unique and totally custom. So I know what it's like to, like, have that side job as well, and to have to be able to balance and blend both of them. So we've all been there, so we're going to be able to support you if you're coming out of a career and wanting to go full-time into your business. Just know that as well. I'm not sure if that's the case there, but there's something about that kind of coming in. And make sure you're not doing, the other thing that's coming up around that is, for anybody, don't have a lot of other courses that you're going to be trying to take on at the same time. Don't have a stack of books. Don't pile on so much personal development and business development stuff that you're not able to give 150% to this mastermind, because I guarantee you we're going to be there giving you 150%. So when we match up that percentage together, look out. Seriously, look out, soul sister. You're going to be on fire. So woohoo! That's all you need. So add that up, add up all the courses you would invest in over 10 months, add up all the books, add up, man, I'll tell you what, because the three of us times that, all those, man, it's a great investment. So.
Yeah, I love that, Amber, that you pointed that out. You won't, even if you are one of those people who just likes to collect courses, because I think there are some people that just buy them and they don't really do them, and then they're like, oh no, that didn't work, I'm going to do the next one. You will not need to buy another course or another thing while you're in this mastermind. So think about what Amber said there. And Annette says the start date. Okay, so I did not talk about the start date. We're starting in July. So the first week of July is when we'll have our first group course. However, if you sign up and you're ready to go, you're ready to just hit the ground running, we will get started with our one-on-one calls right away. Just so that way we're not onboarding everybody at the same time. So as soon as you're ready, as soon as you make your first payment, we're ready to go. We're ready for you. You guys ready?
We're ready! Woohoo!
I had my first session today with someone already. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. Big changes coming. Mariana says, so grateful for this. Thank you so much. No matter what the outcome is, it has already been an eye-opener. Exactly. And, that's what I wanted for you guys as well, is, to have, to walk away with this, with something. That's my goal for every class, every webinar, everything I put on, every live stream is you walk away with something of value that you can implement and do today, whether you decide to work with us or not. We still want you guys to succeed and walk away feeling like you got something out of this last almost 2 hours with us. Oh, to answer the question, Amber, Tiandra says that she works from home full-time. So I don't know if that's the business or it's something different. Not sure. Jennifer says, thank you, ladies. This has been fabulous. Awesome. Thank you for being here with us. All right. So if there are any other questions, type them in the box. If not, and you're ready to just get more and really even just figure it out or explore it more, fill in your application and we will send that Zoom invitation to you. Mariana says, I'm on a 1-year leave from work, which will end September 1st, risking it afterwards. Yeah. Cool. And I'm just going to do a quick refresh, see if there's any more questions or comments, and then let you guys be on your way. And thank you guys. Thank you, Jen and Amber, for taking your time out.
Absolutely.
I think it's really important. A lot of people know who I am, and they maybe want to work with me in some capacity, but maybe they aren't sure or know who you are and how awesome you guys are. So wanted to bring you on so that they could feel your energy as well, because this is a collaborative thing, something that we're all going to be co-creating, and it's going to be a very lucky 15 women. Say that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pam says, fabulous info. All right, guys, so Just want to really quick look up and make sure I didn't miss anything. Lisa says, thank you all. This is an amazing opportunity. Let's see. All right, I think I got everything, okay? If I missed your question, feel free to send me a message or just apply, and you can ask us in the Zoom room. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Amber and Jen. And I hope to see some of your applications coming through, guys. Hope to see some of you guys in the Zoom room on Wednesday.
Bye. See you guys later.